How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Today, we're going to be looking at Jazzinc Dioramas Ultimate Batmobile in the 1/12 scale. Limited edition, still available right now by Jazzinc, of course. This is the Batman versus Superman edition. There is an upgrade available for it to customize it to the Justice League edition, and there's also an upgrade for a really nice display base. I went ahead and chose to just get the Batman versus Superman Batmobile. I'm really happy with it just the way it is, and we're gonna check it out together now. Quick look at one side, November 2nd, 2021, Batman versus Superman Batmobile. So we've got the features here. Check that out when you can. Some warning information, notice the Ultimate Batmobile. We've got the awesome logo. Let's get it out of the package. Nice. Nice. Gun. Bat seat. Second bat seat. All right, we got the Batmobile out. Let's look at the exterior. Nice angle there with the wheels. That will give you some left and right. Very nice. Another look here from an angle. The Batmobile is 19 inches long by 11 inches wide. Quick look at the back with the jet exhaust. From the other side. I love the fact that the rear wheel is basically as tall as the entire cabin of the Batmobile. Very nice. Quick look at the back, or rather the bottom battery compartment here. And I've already put some batteries in there. We'll take a look at the lights in a bit. A quick look here at the top of the Batmobile. I love that metallic sheen that it has to it. Really, really nice. And all the weathering effects on it, really cool all along the edges, especially the scratches and stuff, making it look like metal. Really nice. You've got some warning symbols here, some plastic decals that say jet intake. All right, let's take a look at all of the attachables and the cabin and the parts that can be swapped out if you have the upgrades. These panels here are removable in case you have the Justice League upgrade pack. They have a little magnet underneath to help keep them in place. And they have that really cool metallic weathering effect. And they fit right back in, no problemo. Just like that. This panel here opens from right here in the back, exposing the inside of the Batmobile. And each of these panels open right here for a passenger, for a driver, for your Batman, for your Robin, for your Batman, for your Superman wants to become friends because of Martha. And inside here, you can put these two really cool bat seats inside the Batmobile, just like this. And then you just close the cabin. The two spoilers for the back that kind of look like batarangs themselves, right? A little bit. Are attached to a square here, right underneath my index finger, and another one over here on this side where this piece kind of like sits on top of, and then you have a little peg that fits into that slot on either side. Nice and snug there. They will not fall out. Last but not least, in terms of attachables for the Batman versus Superman edition, the forward-facing double cannon, which articulates in case you got to shoot Superman before he says Martha. And it is attached by a magnet, which is really secure. This portion here, the cylinder looking portion, does not spin. The turret spins along an independent piece on top of that. Very, very nice. We've got our Batmobile. Let's take a look. Very, very nice. Love what I have here. I chose to not go with the Justice League version, even though the giant cannon is awesome and the additional guns are awesome, but I really liked more of the clean lines and symmetry here without all of the additional guns. It just felt a little more traditional to me, to who Batman is, you know, the Batman that I grew up with anyway, and it's a little bit more familiar feeling for me without all the additional guns. You know, I do like the little gun there in the front. Pretty cool, very nice, but if it wasn't there, and I was looking at a Batmobile like that with absolutely no guns, I still think that that vehicle looks great. I love the lines. It has like a Lamborghini kind of vibe to it, but also kind of like an Indy car vibe, you know? Very, very nice. Very, very cool. Let's look at some angles and a nice look here from the other angle. It's a really beautiful looking machine. It does look like, you know, it's futuristic, out of space kind of thing with these giant jet intakes. I love these spoilers here, you know. Let's get that in there. Very nice, man. Very, very cool. I am digging this thing. We're going to look at some comparisons. I have a few Batman or Batmanses that I'm going to pair up and see if they fit in the cabin and how snug they do. I am waiting for my Justice League. It's Zack Snyder's Justice League from Mezco, and that is the trio that I am hoping to display ultimately with this Ultimate Batmobile. But let's go ahead and take a close look at all of the detailing on this beautiful machine. Let's look at the inside of the cabin, and then that'll segue us right into the comparison and pairing them up with pairing the Batmobile up with some cool looking figs. whatever the Batmobile sound is, really cool. We're about to go pitch black, so you can get a sense for what the luminosity is here on these headlights. We've got some nice glare going on right here and a little bit of a lighting effect going on there because of the angle of the lights, but I can adjust that a bit and move it over there so you can get a little sense for what the lights are looking like. Just kind of like sitting on the structure there of the Batmobile. All right, let's kill the lights. You can see pitch black down here shooting, and you got some really nice shadow there on the machinery of the Batmobile. There we go. I like how the only thing you see is this grill right now. And you want to talk about mean looking car grills? Does it get meaner than this? I mean, you've got hydraulics, you've got a side winding gear here. Really, really nice. Nothing but silver steel kind of like shining in your face there. Very, very nice. Then you got the treads of the tire there looking tough. You know, almost looking like a saw. Really nice. One last look at the awesome Batmobile before we put all the lights back on. Very, very cool. And I'll kill the lights for the sake of shooting the video. And let's admire this amazing grille up close. Very, very nice. I like this reflective sticker that they put there to kind of like give it that signal light, if you will, as if the Batmobile was going to signal, right? You've got some more decals there with some cool looking logos. And I like that silver and black wash, giving it that metallic touch. I think that's really, really well done. It's applied all throughout. Very nice. Very, very nice. The lights are actually right here, in case you lost track of them. And there's a close-up look at the tire and some of that dirt and grime that's been applied to it. Really nice. The wheels themselves are not rubber. They're plastic, but it doesn't feel like an extremely brittle plastic, you know? So that's nice. That's nice. And you see the inside of the tire there, really cool. This piece here is not actually attached to the wheel at all. It's just kind of like a covering there. So just a touch on that. The wheel is just attached to the axle that extends across, and it has some great rotation. This thing will really roll on you. Like if I had a really flat surface and gave it a good shove, I mean, this thing would keep going until the weight slowed it down. Very, very nice. Over here at the side, I love all this engineering and machinery in there. Super cool. This feels like a really sturdy piece, this footrest, because you can't step there. It clearly says it. No, it clearly says no step. Really nice. The jet intakes. I love all the folds in between, throughout, and all these angles, giving that impression that air is just kind of like flowing and streaming over the vehicle and through the vehicle. Even these gaps through the tires and stuff. Very, very cool. Looking at the rear wheel, which is an absolute beast. I think it's maybe double the thickness of the front wheel. It is also independent of this piece here. It's kind of like just an armor piece and a covering, although it looks like because of this, it might be attached to the wheel, but it isn't. And here you see more of that great damage effect or weathering effect here on the metal. Really, really awesome. Beautiful stuff. And another quick look at the rear end. Something that I just noticed, which is pretty cool, is that this piece along the back is not perfectly symmetrical. Here on this side, you have an additional bit of engineering and mechanism that implies to me anyway that this part is inserted into this larger piece here. I could be wrong about how that's working, but it's really cool that it is distinct, giving that extra layer of advanced engineering. These vents here, I imagine, are to let off air or pressure when the brakes are applied to stop this behemoth of a vehicle. And that is super cool. You do have some stickers there. Take a look. And in here, you also have a nice little decal. Very, very cool. I love these gold pipes folding under there. Here, as you can see, nitpicking, I do have a little bit of paint missing right there at the very top of that tube. Quick look at the other side. Beautiful, beautiful vehicle. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. Come around. I'm actually going to remove the entire top portion. Really cool. Lots of great gadgetry there on the steering wheel, and you will get full 360 on this. Really, really nice. I love how it has these open handles for the steering wheel, giving it more of that race car vibe. This stick shift here, or what to me honestly looks like a throttle, it gives me that vibe of a jet fighter. That is stationary. It is not going to move at all. At the cabin with no one in it, and without that center bar or that roll bar. Really nice. This portion here does not come out. And we see the peg where the roll bar was connected. Very nice, very nice. All right, let's go ahead and look at some scale and some size comparisons to see how figures across some different lines match up, standing beside this awesome Batmobile. And then we'll go ahead and see how some of those figures fit inside of the Batmobile. My intention is to kind of like give you a sense for, this is a 1/12 scale vehicle, but across the lines, the many lines of 1/12 scale style figures, we know that they come from anywhere to, a little bit over 7 inches to sometimes just below 6 inches in height. So we're going to check them out and see how they fit inside of the cabin here. And let's have a little fun admiring some action figure art real quick. Grim Knight Batman. And I'll get him stationed right there. And of course, he's decked out for battle, and he kind of like, to me, fits in really well with the look of this Batmobile. Kind of like stepping up into the Batmobile. And you know what? Considering that this is the best I can get out of a seated position from this Batman, we are definitely not going to get him into this Batmobile because I can't even get his legs to raise without opening. Next Batman that I will bring out to share, and I feel really confident he will fit inside of the Batmobile, Hush Batman. And now he is more of a slim style Batman from their Hush line, having the very clean Batman look without any of the guns. It gives me that old traditional vibe, and I like that traditional Batman look. Climbing into your Batmobile. Look at that. That is stunning. All right. And we have our Mafex Hush Batman seated comfortably in the cabin there in his seat. I have the bat seat there still, and the steering wheel is still attached. I did forget to mention previously that you can actually remove the steering wheel Close look at that. Next up, we're looking at the Dark Knight Returns from Mafex. My concern whether or not this figure would fit inside the Batmobile. This is still a Mafex fig, you know. Shoulder-wise, muscular, girth-wise, it might be comparable to some smaller Mezcos. Again, I don't have any Batman Mezco, so I can't really compare what the size might be like. But this guy is much bigger than the Batman we just looked at, and I'm not sure. But let's see if he fits inside the cabin itself. Open these doors up. And I can tell I'm already definitely going to get the steering wheel out. And that is a snug fit. Hands up, Batman. So definitely, I mean, I could sit him in there, you know. I'd have to leave the door open, the top open, you know. But if you wanted to do some photography or whatever, you could definitely snap the steering wheel back in there, but you're not going to get his arms down on it. If I remove the seat, a lot further in, but his shoulders are so wide that I am not getting this guy in there. You know, honestly, it's just not going to happen. Keeping with the Commando vibe, I've got Commando Snake Eyes or Alpha Commando Snake Eyes. All that theme going on there with all that tactical nature going on. So just to give you a sense of scale, in case you're a customizer and you've used maybe a G.I. Joe classified body or a Marvel Legends body, they're comparable sizes, comparable articulation. If you use one of those bodies to customize and make your own Batman, and you want to know if it'll fit in this Batmobile, I suspect it does without much of a problem at all. And that is actually a great fit. That's a great fit, considering that he has some armor pieces that stick out. He's also wearing a vest. That is a great fit. And with that black on black tactical vibe he's got going on, he just disappears into the cabin. Nope, can't come down. And he is as far down as I can fit him. Pull him back out carefully so not break my steering wheel. Take that back out and see if it'll fit a little more snug in here. And there we got it. Boom. Without the seat, he falls right into the space and the top of the door closes, no problemo. Next figure. Taking a look at King T'Challa sitting in the cabin of the Batmobile. Again, the door closes no problem without the bat seat in there. Now, I also have the steering wheel removed presently just to get the figures in easily without, you know, any snags breaking my steering wheel. But I do want to see, for the sake of sharing, if it'll sit in there easily with the bat seat in there. I keep calling it a bat seat, but it's just a chair. He definitely fits, no problem. The question is, can we get the cabin to close? Let's see. I don't want to damage the throttle there. Yeah, no problem. No problem. If Batman in the Mezco line scales at all close to King T'Challa, then you are going to have no problem getting your Mezco Batman in there. Let's look at my in-hand version of the Justice League. I'll bring out the Grim Knight Batman, my Mezco Aquaman, and you know what? It's not going to work. That Batman is way too tall. Very cool. I also happen to have my Mafex Gal Gadot Wonder Woman. The Superman that I'm going to bring out to round out this Justice League. All right, just like that, I've got the most complete version of a Justice League right now so far. And just leave Batman and Superman here, since this is the Batman versus Superman version of the Batmobile. Just kind of like get them there for us. Really nice. All right. And so for our last pairing of the day, I have my Mafex Bruce Wayne looking really dapper with his super shiny shoes and his really elegant coat and suit, about to climb into the Batmobile. And just like that, Bruce Wayne has jumped into the Batmobile. Zoom in on the mug. Very, very nice stuff. We're going to end today's sharing with a comparison, a side-by-side. I don't have a 1/12 scale vehicle to share and compare to this behemoth of a Batmobile, but I do have another Batmobile, and I'm just going to pair them up here side-by-side to give you a sense of the difference between 1/18 scale and 1/12 scale. And taking a look side by side of two awesome Batmobiles, the 1966 Mezco 1/18th scale Batmobile and the Jazzinc Dioramas 1/12 scale Ultimate Batman vs. Superman Batmobile. Super awesome. I love that look. Let's see if we can get a close-up of both of their grills. Big Batmobile, little Batmobile. Geek moment. This thing is awesome. Let's do a flyby. It is my first 1/12 scale vehicle, as I mentioned, and I'm not disappointed at all. 19 by 11 are the dimensions, and it is perfect for my bookshelves or for some countertops to display with my Zack Snyder Justice League figures when they come in the mail. I hope my Batman is able to fit with the bat seat in there, but if not, I'll be happy either way. As always, everybody, it is a ton of fun taking time out to share the experience of collecting toys as an adult. I hope you're able to keep coming back and share some experiences too. Until next time, everybody, take care.